This is B of C Live, the video and podcast series of Business of Cannabis. Find out all that we do at businessofcannabis.com. Coming up, we connect with Trang Trinh. She is the CEO of TREC Brands. They recently announced that they were acquiring Agrifarm. We wanted to connect with her about that acquisition, what it meant for TREC Brands, and how they will continue to produce products and brands that consumers enjoy. This is Trang Trinh. Trang, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me, Jay.
I'm excited to
Love your hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you. And I think you have one. So next time you're going to have to wear it. I want to talk about TREC Brands. I want to talk about TREC Brands and Agrifarm. I want to talk about, well, all the things you're doing because, we like you. That's the first thing. But also we saw news last week and it's happening. Tell us a little bit about the background of TREC Brands, and then we'll get into the latest announcement, if that's okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So TREC started in 2019 with the thesis that a brand house is what will drive value to consumers and our shareholders. So think of us like the PepsiCo or the Procter & Gamble in the cannabis sector with the hottest brands. And but at the same time, when we started TREC, we also saw an opportunity to use the spotlight on cannabis as, being a new industry to Canada to really highlight social good and to create a company that leads with values first and also has a give back mission. For me, that was hugely important when I left Deloitte, was that I was going to be doing something that I can make a huge impact in. So trust, respect, equality, and compassion are the values that drives TREC Brands day in and day out. From everyone that we work with within the company to all of our vendors and suppliers. And the other really cool thing is we get to give back 10% of our profits back to causes that our consumers care about. So fast forward to today, we have over 20 product SKUs across 5 provinces under our 3 brands, Wink, Bliss, and Thumbs Up. And we've donated back to causes such as Cannabis Amnesty Canada, Food Banks Canada, Project Warmth, just to name a few.
I would say, just going back to hats, I see more Wink hats than almost any other hats out there, like just random people on the street. So kudos to whoever is sort of getting the visibility out there on a very small, very small sample size of me in the West End of Toronto, but it's out there. And then, so that's been since 2019. Yes. 20 SKUs across 5 provinces and the mission and values of the company. And then last week, maybe I have the time wrong, but last week there was a major announcement with other people we know a great deal and feel a great deal about. Tell us a little bit about TREC and Agrifarm.
Yeah, so Agrifarm has been a partner of ours since the inception. They were actually our very first partner that helped us launch our inaugural SKU, which was Wink #1 pre-rolls, the Super Congo Haze by the Strain Hunters. And I mean, over the past 2.5 years, TREC has worked with over 15 plus licensed producers. So the way our business model works is that prior to the Agrifarm combination is that we are just the brand, and we've leveraged many other licensed producers to put our brands out into the marketplace. Now, I think we've done a pretty good job at that, but our asset light model just came with some inherent inherent risk. And those are, you really have to rely on your third party to deliver on your strategy. And I would say that not only is that like time consuming and resource consuming, but it's been really draining on the team. So we decided to acquire our best performing licensed producer partner and longest standing partner, which is Agrifarm. I mean, the deal checked so many boxes for us. Our management values were very similar. We've got, and both teams are incredible superstars at, true track record of executing and bringing cannabis products that consumers want into the market. And we're expanding our brand portfolio by 4x with this acquisition and aligning ourselves with some of like the top hit brands in the marketplace who also have similar ethos as ours, is delighting the end consumer. And we get to control our supply chain, the production and the distribution, which means that we're making more money and more margin, which also means we can donate more back to the community as well.
I really like this. And it's also, it's interesting. I think companies now, including yours, are operating with much more information about what consumers want than certainly you were in 2019 when, not every consumer was new. They'd used cannabis before, but the marketplace was new. The array of products were new. And I think being able to grow as you have up to now, and then grab the supply chain that comes with it is almost, I would think, a better model than the reverse of having a supply chain and trying to delight customers. You have the delighting customers part, and now you're trying to backfill the sort of product sort of supply chain too.
Exactly. And that's always been our thesis from day one. So even with this combination with Agrifarm, we still remain a brand house. And our first focus and foremost is working on our brands and making sure that we take a consumer and data-driven approach. Our marketing team has done a ton of strategic thinking around this, of course, and making sure that we're always hitting the right customers and that our products, our campaigns, our own channels are reflecting who we say we are. And we're just even more excited now to align ourselves with brands and products that we haven't considered in our portfolio in the past, such as Purple Hills or Big, a lot. These are all production agreements that go out of the Agrifarm facility.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a CPA, chartered accountant, management consultant in charge.
I learned a lot from my days at Deloitte, so it definitely was the foundation to really help me build TREC today.
It's interesting, and we'll end with this because we're now 3 years into legalization in Canada this past weekend. Talk a little bit about sort of if you had to project 3 years hence. I mean, there's lots here are the 10 things we need to fix, and we need to change these 5 things, and thinking about. I mean, I guess rolling that into sort of your thought, but if we're having this conversation 3 years from now, where do you expect not only TREC Brands, but maybe the sector overall to have evolved, in the next 3 years?
So a few things. I do think more consolidation is going to happen. It's inevitable. I feel the industry is saturated, and I think that licensed producers that didn't focus on brand building in the past are going to try to bring that onto their portfolio, right? So I think we're going to continue to see more of that. I do think that companies are stronger together versus acting on their own, which is why we decided to evolve our business model with Agrifarm. But I also think right now we're actually at an inflection point in the industry. We know that the government is reviewing a lot of the Cannabis Act, and for our industry to evolve, there's quite a few things that need to be worked on, especially for us as a brand house. I'd love to see marketing and advertising restrictions be loosened or lifted, but also other factors that impact our profitability, and a lot of that has to do with excise taxes and a lot of the taxes that are impacting not growers to packagers to brands, right? Everyone wants to take their part of the markup.
Wholesalers.
Exactly. Yes. So I think that in a perfect world, 3 to 5 years from now, those things have been worked on, and Canada is a leader in the cannabis sector for the world. And because I think that if we don't, then our neighbors down south in the US, or as the global market starts to open up, we will fall quickly behind.
Yeah. Well, let's not let it get there. let's continue to plug away. And we want to congratulate you and the Agrifarm team for what you guys are doing together. And for success since 2019. And we look forward to connect with you down the road. And we just wanted to connect to see what the latest was from you and the team. So congratulations, and we look forward to connect with you.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Great, we'll talk soon.
Have a great week.
You too.
It's Trang Trinh of TREC Brands. If you like this program, please rate and review us. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you heard the show. It helps support the work we do.
We're able to do what we do because of ongoing partnerships with Alterna Savings, Cannabis at Work, Cannabis Benchmarks, Can Delta, Gallagher, Headset, and Torque and Maine. Find out all that we do at businessofcannabis.com.